There we go. Hello, everyone. Just gonna put down the sound little very quietly, if I can. Damn it. Okay. I can hear you, the music a little more. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Recently, things have been going on in my life. But first, I'm gonna address this first. I'm handicapped. When I say I'm handicapped, it's because my mouse, I'm where I have it right now. Hello, Purple. I can't right click. So those people who know that, that is awful. So how the heck did this happen? Well, you see, my computer, the small one, I don't know what they did, but basically it killed my other mouse, which mean the UBS USB. I mean, basically said, nope, gonna remove you. Don't like you anymore. Hello, SB Dr. Burnout. So I use my old mouse, but the thing about this one is that I can't right click, which is awful. Very, very awful. Let me see now. It should be this one. I'm gonna do this and this. No, it's not that one. Sorry. This one. There we go. So we can bring up my Let's View. Yeah, the app I'm using for my iPad to draw and so too. So, hello guys. Welcome to the stream. Me, who haven't been streaming for a while. Okay, I'm just gonna... I will turn off the music right now. So, it has been a minute, of course. It has. And yes, like I see my computer's telling, oh, it's time for an update. I'm gonna be like, nah, not right now. Not right now. Just gonna do this. And there. Just gonna check if you guys can hear me and so too. Who haven't been streaming for a while. There we go. Okay, it's still the same as always, my dear computer. So, what have I been doing? And yes, you guys, you get to see what I'm doing right now. I'm doing so-called a drawing for a certain person. I can't speak about it, you know, and but it has to do with a thumbnail. That's all I'm gonna say. So there we have it. I'm just pointing out what I'm gonna use and so too. I'm gonna take it out and draw so too. So before I'm gonna start everything and say what's going on and so too in my life is that well, not so many of you knew about it, but almost 10 years, not 10 years, wow, 10 days ago, I got a word, basically. To begin with everything, I can start with that 2.5 months ago, I started work. Well, test jobbing, as always. And recently, I got myself a job. So 10 days ago, I got the heads up and said, yeah, you're hired right now. So I have been very, active on that and so forward in my life, which mean I haven't been on so many times. But I'm very happy that I can finally now relax a little bit. Oh, I forgot about that. Relax a little bit and so too. So I'm gonna have a stable income and so too. And my family knows about it. And now people on the internet get to know about it too. So I'm more happy to do that as well, to address that I finally got a job. My life is going a little more better, yada, yada, yada. Some of you maybe have seen it as well on my Twitter that I posted certain things there too, which mean I posted as well, I'm just going to check here, to Maggot, for example. I show her a video where I talked about certain products. One of them I'm going to show you guys. is this one. So you guys get to know what kind of work I'm doing. Just gonna do this, take it down. And you can see here yourself. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys. So the work I'm doing is almost the same as before, as that's working and so too. So what I'm doing is that I'm working with products. Basically, you can see yourself. It's Monster, for example. One of them is that. I'm just gonna play it for you guys. You can. I just want to show you before everything. Just look at this. What I'm working with. I mean, I know you like it a lot. But use it. Ultra. Normal. The list goes on and on. There you go. Yeah, those are monsters. So you get to know at least what I'm working with. I can't talk about a place because of name, and so we know all the things when it comes to commentary community that some idiots are like, I need to know where you're working so I can dox you and shit like that. So I can say this to you. It's gonna be hard. First of all, not so many Swedes think about it too as well. And the thing is, I've talked with my boss about it too, so he knows. He knows about the culture too. He knows. And even he thinks he's a little bit special person, would I say, because he is almost like me in a certain way, but a little more older, but he lives very a lot when it comes to certain things. But he's a very kind man and so too. So he knows about the culture when it comes to certain things. Yeah, you get to see what I'm spelling right now, who the person is about, basically. There we go. Just to have a little more nice and so too. So, talk about this thumbnail. It was Nerdy who came to me like, hey, can I have the same, almost like the same, like the other thumbnail you have done? Because, first of all, he knows that I'm working too as well. I said, sure, I can make one for you, just for you, Nerdy, just for you. And most of people have been talking about you should take payment. I was like, no, here's the thing, and I'm gonna say it too as well. The reason is why I don't take payment from him. He used to work with us, those who know about our history or my history with Women Recording, first of all. He was an editor for us, the first one basically. And he have helped that channel to grow in a certain way. So he doesn't need to pay. And I know his economic status and so too as well. And I was going to talk about it today because it was mentioned today and I laughed my ass about it. Most of you guys know I left Women Recording very, briefly and so too, a long time ago, basically 3 months ago, before I started work too as well. I got sick and so yada yada yada, and to me it's like, and now I'm looking back to it, it's like, fuck. Now I'm looking at it like, damn, it was cringe. I'm just saying, it was fucking cringe. There was some reasons because of that, but I don't want to dwell too much about the drama and so too. The only thing I do miss is that to talk with the girls too. Purple and I have been having contact recently as well. We want to talk with the girls again, hook up again and so too. But I said one thing for sure, and I will repeat it myself too as well, and you guys to listen to this. If we want to talk with them again, and I'm meaning this as well, I want to at least do the pod thing too, and meaning I will host it. But right now, I do wish them well because recently, or during I was working as well, I saw what happening and so too. And to me, it's like, how are we supposed to talk with them right now? I don't want to butt in what's going on in their life, yada yada yada. So too. So me and Purple have been talking a little bit about, how's going with each other, and she showed me what her work is doing, and so too. And I'm more happy to help her. Nothing wrong with that. So now recording did mention it a few hours ago, like 12 hours, something like that. And to me, I had to listen to it. I was like, dude, I laughed my ass off. It was like, dude, because the thing is, I still think it was very bad. And looking back to it, it's like, yeah. And the thing is, I'm still pissed about one thing, and I hope they understand it too. I were still pissed about that not many of us knew about what's going on. And the thing is, why are you so angry of what's happening of that too? And I mean, it's so fucking hard to talk about it. It's like, it was so weird that not so many of the girls even talked about it. Me and Purple, we are very close, by the way. We are very sticky close to each other. We understand each other. But when it came to the other girls, they never said anything what's going on in their mind. And I'm gonna say it, we're not the fucking mind readers at all. It was more baffling that, I don't know what was going to lead or anything like that. We knew about certain things, so when we talked about changing our names, yada yada yada, and so too. But it felt like I always said, even from the beginning, it felt like someone else was there and talked, from the shoulder. But who was it? I don't know. But I felt it was not only one person, it was more person. And we never got the information. So it felt like very weird too. Like I said, I don't want to dwell on the past too much, because I really missed one thing about is to talk with the girls and even say and hope they are doing well as well in their life, because the only thing I'm concerned is about Aussie. Yeah, I'm concerned about it, even if she had been around, when it comes to what happened to the whole shenanigan and shit like that. But after we basically split up and so things came out, and to us it was like, okay, that's weird. So yeah, I basically have been focusing my life instead, and so too. But I don't know. To certain things, there are things that maybe it's time to just put it in a box and just forget about it, because I'm more happier than you guys think. I have been sick and so too, and now I'm finally getting a job. That's thing about what's going on in my life. So I'm more happy about it. But I did laugh about when they're talking about when we recorded in the beginning. I didn't listen whole. I'm still listening, going to listen to the whole podcast later on, but I still were laughing my ass off. It was like, oof, so fucking cringe, but I like it. And then, yes, I'm still with now recording as well. Sometimes, looking in what's going on and so too, and I even support them. Nothing wrong. But I do miss them as well. I miss a lot of people in the communities who, but I think most of you guys are happy that I can move on a little bit when it comes to work and so, come in sometimes, yada yada yada. That's all. And I'm more happy to do that too as well. Um so I what else can I talk about? Well, little more about my happy life right now is that um I might be moving soon as well. When it comes to moving, is that it's not going to be this year, not this year, but I might be moving next or the 2 years, because I'm still think about it. So I'm going to focus more as well my real life, which mean the apartment I have right now, I'm gonna fix it up, which mean I'm gonna put so much money on it to fix up the whole apartment and sell it later on. So because I bought this very cheap in a certain way, but it's nothing wrong about it. I just want to fresh it up. So there has been one thing I want to talk about you guys about. I was very quiet about it too, because real life and so too. During the time I was with the girls and when we're recording and so too, there was some people coming over to me and try to ask to sell my apartment. I'm not kidding. Some people were coming over to me and asked me like, basically, hey, do you want to sell your apartment? I just look at them like, what? Why do you want to buy my apartment? My crappy apartment. What the fuck? So turns out where I live right now, it's a perfect place for people coming from Stockholm or other places from other countries and so to come here to read up in the university nearby my city. So they basically are trying so a lot right now to buy the house, or they are trying to buy the apartments too as well. And I told them, well, I basically don't want to sell it because I moved to this place 2018, to the new place I'm living right now. And I'm not thinking to sell it right now, but maybe, in 2 years or something like that. And they said, well, that's perfect. Could you tell us when so we can maybe have a discussion? I said, well, maybe later on. I don't know. Maybe later on. And now I got the job and everything. I can start to saving up and so too as well, which is very good. Later on, so too. Let's see. Gonna have this one here. I bet most of you guys already know who these people are, but I'm not gonna say any name. Not any name at all. I'm just gonna push down the sensitivity. Other great news I can tell you guys a little about in our community too as well. Recently, Procreate, the app, drawing app, even Empress is using it too as well. They basically came out with a new update, and more likely it's gonna be a new program. Yeah, kit, indeed, purple kit. So now I bet you guys wondering what's going on right now about Apple and so too. So they are going to launch a new app called Procreate Dreams, which is an animation, which I think it is very happy and good for Apple to release it. But there is one problem. When I say a problem is that I checked on let me see, I was looking at Mudahar's video, which is telling a little more about what's going on with Apple, because if you guys didn't know, Apple in many years have been hiding a little bit that they don't want to share information when it comes to your personal use and everything. But now there is a law here in Europe that they need to. And it's nothing to be, rude or anything like that, but it's the EU law basically. So they have to open, more about it. So yeah, I would recommend you guys to see yourself the whole video about it, because it was very interesting to listen to it as well while I was working and so too. Let me see, no mouth, good. Oh god, I have a feeling that someone is gonna be like, wait a minute, is that Matt? No, not. Guys, look at this. This is not Matt. I don't know who you're talking about. This is Mr. Greg, okay? This is Mr. Greg. It's just Mr. Greg. He's just a harmless little boy here, doing nothing. Don't tell him, okay? Don't tell him, okay? And if you guys wonder who this is, with the cat and everything, her name is Chantal. There we have it. Chantal. Her name is Chantal. Exactly, Purpa. Exactly. One-legged Greg. Of course it is one-legged Greg. Greg is just gonna have a talk with you, okay? So yeah, that's all I can update about my life going on, yada yada, and so too. So yeah, that's all I have right now to talk about what's going on, my thoughts, and so too. What else was I thinking to talk about? Try to think it right now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make this character too, you know, Kihak, but I need to have her reference on it too. Let me see, that was that one, yeah. Ska vi se, då ska vi ha det där. Yeah, I know it doesn't look very nicely right now, but I'm fixing up so it looks very nice, you know. So it looks at least like a table or something. What else can I talk about? Wait a minute, I'm just gonna do this. It looks a little more better. And this, there, yeah. So another thing I can update you guys is that later on, I'm as well going to update my computer. Finally, you know, with the money, I can finally upgrade my computer, which mean I'm going to have a little talk with my brother, basically. So we are going to build our computer. So I'm gonna save up for it too, and in 2 years as well. This is gonna be very fun too. This is where I'm gonna say I do want to do an update on it because that year, you know, I'm getting older, you know, but I am as well going to take a trip outside of Sweden, which mean it's gonna be a very fun trip. So, but I can't tell you guys where I'm going because if I tell you guys, it's not going to be a surprise. And it's gonna be a little fun trip, more would I say. The trip is going to be, you know, something I have been dreaming of a few years now. I couldn't maybe go to the place I want to go to, but it's still another place I want to visit. Because it has something that interests me, you know, a lot. I know the table doesn't look very good, but I'm gonna change it too as well. Exactly, exactly, heartburn. Exactly. Certain place, certain spot, certain time. Exactly. But it's going to be something that I've been dreaming of. But if I want to say it, it's not going to be Japan. I want to go to Japan, but do you know how much expensive it is to go to Japan? It's a lot. So, but I'm still going to save up to that too because that's one another dream of mine to go to Japan to go to a hot spring. Because hot spring to me is like that is a dream of mine. I could take one trip to Iceland to take a swim there too, but it's not the same. You know, I have been in Iceland before and it's very nice. I do like it too, but nah, I really want to go to Japan instead because it's the other source where you can find a hot spring. And so yeah, it's not going to be Japan, which is very sad. It's too expensive. But I really want to. It is expensive. There are other things too as well. Those who doesn't know, if you following some YouTubers who are or have been in Japan many times, even worked there. One of them is Ganjin Goomba. By the way, very nice guy. By the way, I used to talk with him too as well. Did art for him too as well, but it was basically fan art, nothing else. Nothing. I worked with him just to have a little fun and talk with him too as well. I've been following him in many years too, and he had been a teacher back in the days too. And during the time of COVID and so, there was a lot of change in Japan. And he as well talked about, I'm not a, traveling YouTuber, but many people come to me and ask about it. I do not share so much, but he did warn certain things when it comes to Japan's looking at people who are, coming to Japan. Um, if you guys didn't know, the name Ganjin means foreigner, which is foreigner Goomba, if you translate it too as well. Ganjin is a very nice name to say, or basically they are using that as well to someone coming from another country. Ganjin. And they basically don't like Ganjins. I'm going to say it very clearly on this too. I am surprised that they still have a little look on it because, and recently we all know about what happened with Logan Paul and the idiot who had been there too, who got even beat up by Japanese people, which I think it is very clear. You don't fucking around with them or you find out. I'm just saying. Because that guy, I recently, when I saw that was during I was working too, I was pissed off. Very pissed off because that could lead to, that's why I don't like so many traveling YouTubers, because some of them doesn't understand when you're coming to Japan you must at least think about the actions you're doing, or that's why they have a lot of rules when you come to Japan, is that you shouldn't do this and this and this. And when you sign that agreement and still going and do that shit, to me that is very disrespectful. And the guy who went there now and he brought up about Pearl Harbor and other stuff like that, he got beaten up, by the way. And even people who live there in Japan who are foreigner but they start to get membership, citizen membership, they were pissed off too, and even translate and told him, you're a fucking idiot. And yes, and I'm gonna say it, even if he's from USA, even people in USA doesn't like him either. Some of them even have said it themselves that he's a fucking idiot. It doesn't matter what religion he has or anything like that, or skin color. No, no, no. He was still disrespecting people in that country. He even went so far, to even harass some people by these kind of things. And to me, that is very disrespectful. I know I'm babbling about it too, but it boils to know that some certain people shouldn't be traveling at all, should be banned from any country. Because if they're acting like this, when people wants to come to a certain country they have dreamed about so many years, and then you say, no, you can't go because of idiots from internet have done this, and we don't trust you because of that. That's why Ganji is a certain word to a foreigner. Some people take it very offensive on that word, or they basically feel hurt about it, or what I say is that Ganjin is either a good or bad word in Japan. But they do like one thing about foreigner when it comes to Japan. They want to work there. So that's another thing you can do if you're gonna come to Japan, but you must have job related stuff. It's not vacation, it's just work, nothing else. They accept you more if you have work, not come there as a vacation or too. And my dream have always been to go there, not just because of anime culture, but I do like their culture and their food, all kind of stuff like that. I even want to read about, the language, even if it is a very hard one, um, to just to have fun and talk with people. I'm that kind of person, like to be social and so too. But when that is going to be a change of it, it's so of course sad about it. So yeah, okay, take it easy. Um, I'm just gonna change to share a little bit, the table a little bit. Just gonna check the one here. It's like that. You see, here we go. Another thing I did saw today, an interesting video when it comes to YouTubers. Do any one of you know about the YouTuber Cry? Let me see. His real name was Cryotic. You know that guy, Cryotic. Those who know about him, I did watch a video here from You and the King, and it got almost 500,000 or 500,000 views of it. He talks about the whole thing about the YouTuber's life. If you don't know Cry, he used to do collabs a lot with Cinetones, Can, and PewDiePie, mostly PewDiePie. That guy, basically, I did like him back in the days too, but I noticed something when it comes to certain things, like how he started talking so too. And there were certain people there to even notice, when he began to act very weird. And I think it's very good to look at the video. I'm gonna put it here on. Let me see. I'm just gonna do this. It's 56 minutes and 20 seconds. You guys can see it yourself if you would like to. I'm gonna post here in the chat here if you want to go and look at it later on, but it has to have a very good history on it. And I'm gonna say too as well, Russ, who was as well mentioned in the video, he did post a little update, which I think it is very good to see what's going on. So watch the video first and then read his message. I'm gonna do this just in case, because you never know when it comes to certain people, they like to remove things. But I'm going to do this just in case, so you guys can come over to my video and see it yourself. And I'm gonna put it up here so you guys can read later on. There we go. So you guys can read this one. And he even put it up here because this is something I think it's very good for everyone to read about. Very good to read about. It's very, very funny too. And I would like to say, as a former fan to Cry, I feel like that is just fucking weird oh shit, to do that to a certain friend and so too. I just think it is very disgusting way too. This is why I start to really dislike YouTubers in a certain way, even if I do YouTube myself. But I do like commentary, always like commentary. But when it comes to certain people, even Cry mentioned it too in his video. He basically said something he doesn't like, commentary and so too, because I think he was scared of that he was going to get caught. That's the thing. And he's the only YouTuber, and I'm gonna say it. I really hate to say it myself that he's the only YouTuber who got away with it. And I am not going to shit on him either, but his behavior is the most weirdest one ever. That even I am like, wow. That is wow. There was a topic I wanted to talk with the girls too, with Cry, because he's a weird guy, and he has a lot of history as well here on YouTube, and he talked a lot about his life, where he fucked up people and yada yada yada. And I'm gonna say, when you can look it to yourself in this video, it's a very interesting one, and it's well documented and everything too. I am so surprised that we have still these kind of people on the platform, or used to have in the platform, that it's baffling in a certain way. And how he talked, that's the thing. I'm gonna say it to myself. When I did look at Cry, as I was bored and so too, I liked his content, but there was something weird about his voice that I basically backed away from. It's nothing to do, oh, I got tired of him, yada yada. No. It felt so weird to how he talked to people. That got me like, yeah, I want to avoid this guy. It's something weird about him. And now, bam, you get to see the answers right now when you're looking at the video. I will recommend you guys to look at it. Nej, fan. Excuse me. There we go. What else can I talk about? Oh yeah, another thing I can talk about. I don't know if you guys are so into it, so too. I want you guys to look very closely to Twitter right now, or X right now. X. I recently noticed it many months ago. I even talked with Purple about it too as well. But it seems, and this is gonna be very scary, I even have secure my X right now because I have to. Even if I am not a member or anything like that. But here comes the very funny thing. When you don't have verified, you're verified on X anymore. It gets more weirder. When you're an unactive person, you're losing your followers. I recently was very confused about this too as well, but I noticed it. This is very automatic too. They are doing this. So if they see you growing in a certain way, they basically remove some of the followers too. I'm going to show you guys something that even I was shocked. That certain people I follow, and even they start to refollow me as well. I'm going to be this is where it gets very weird. Most of you are going to see, wait a minute. some of them are updated, some of them not. So these one I can't talk about because let me see. No, let me see. Verify. Yeah, you can see verified. These who follow me and so too, yada yada. I don't care about it. But oh, there is Empress Do. She even her. That's the thing. I still follow her, but she was not following me. So they even went on her as well, which I think is very weird. Let me see someone else. Oh, we see here. Yada yada yada. I basically don't care about it. But there was someone who started to follow me. It's this one. Tom Geek Some. Most of you guys doesn't know maybe who he is, but this is back in the days when me and Saggy Melons, me and Saggy Melons have been knowing each other so long right now. This is back to, would I say, back in the days when it came to Vic Bignana, for example. And I got to know Come Geek Some, I still follow his content, he follows me, but I basically don't care so much about it, but I was updated when he talked about Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, and so too. He is mostly into when it comes to that kind of content. I have nothing wrong with him or anything. But the other day, I was surprised about, this. Basically, let me see if I find it here. I get basically yada yada. Oh, there was that one. Basically, he started to refollow me again. Let me see if I find frame list. Yeah, you can see it's a lot of people who owns me and so too. But the other day, oh yeah, I cannot see it anymore. This is where it gets strange. He started to refollow me again. Even he was buffing about it too, and some people maybe doesn't know about it, but X basically has a very weird when it comes to following too. This is a very odd code. So I know it's something weird about it. I have talked about it so many times, yada yada yada, doesn't matter. I still don't like the platform anymore either. Because if you are a follower to certain people, they have the right, they can even remove you and so too. But the thing is, this is where it gets weird. I never signed up to someone coming to my account and touch it. Basically, removing people they think, oh, it's a bot or anything like that, or certain people I do follow. It got to a point, even I was pissed that it has been going on in so many years, or months now, right now, when Elon took it over, that this code is so scary that if you're not active in a certain way, I did test it as well. Now I was working, I've been very quiet about it and so too. I lost over some certain people. I had over, what was it, 464 something. And it went down to 457 followers. Okay, that's very common, certain ways. But losing that for a whole week, it's very weird in a certain way. So if you're gonna grow on X Twitter, basically, you have to be active over 24 hours per day. So you don't lose your so-called people. That's fucking weird. And I may be shitting out and saying this too as well, but if you're a content creator and you notice that your followers are not following anymore, just keep an eye on it because they can come back again. But if they come back again, you have to go and look for yourself as well. It doesn't matter if you're muting or something like that. You have to look it up too as well. Because if you have not been on your computer or your phone, if you are connected to Twitter or anything like that, and you're losing people like this, you start to question who the fuck is going inside my Twitter and remove people. Those who have been following me for years, weeks, and those people you know you can trust. To me, that is fucking weird. That they're like, hey, you don't look at this person. They have not been on Twitter for a whole week. Let's remove that. That's fucking weird. So certain people I've lost, some artists I used to follow, some of them are no longer on X anymore. But still, there was one certain thing I saw. This is back 2 years ago, when artists were making a very huge list of people they wanted off, X basically, or Twitter. So they had a lot of list basically, even those who did, Amber Heard and so too. The reason I'm picking this up as well, you must understand, these lists are much dangerous than you think when you're putting up people you are following, because that automatic remove the following of the people too. So that is the same system. I can say that if you have that list on, that you're not following people, and you are on it, you get removed, no following and so too, because they see you as a bot. So the problem is with X basically is that even if you're looking at your shadow banner and it doesn't matter, but if you're not verified, this is the same like the list as well. If you're not verified and pay Twitter, they can have the word that they can go into your channel or whatever, put up like, yeah, you're gonna have that removed, that removed, that removed. And to me, that's just fucking stupid. And yes, I know about computers when it comes to that, but I basically don't talk so much about it because who's interested to listen to a Swede talking about it? I'm just saying. Some will say, oh, you're wrong about it, but I say that, well, if you think I have a tinfoil hat, sure. But that is fucking weird coding. It is. And I mean, there are, for example, this is where it gets scary. Even I know about Discord a lot. Like 5 years ago, they even made, and this is where it gets scary, some hackers made even a bot to look like a real person and even act or even talk in voice chat. They were recording with that bot. They were recording people's talk in voice chat. And that is a very basic coding in a certain way, but even scarier that you're controlling that account to go to a voice chat and record and talk. And that's how Craig the recording were made. I'm just saying, if you can look up on that, that is where it gets scary. But it's still a good bot because they have placed it up that if you are going to record, make sure to tell the bot, or or you're gonna record this so too, because you can still, Greg is not very bad. Greg recording basically. It's nothing bad about the bot, but it is a prototype, or it used to be a prototype of that thing, but another bot was doing that. I know that's scary shit to know that, but it is scary. I have this knowledge to know this kind of shit. To know that even Discord themselves even have this problem till this day. Even X and so too. I know I don't talk so much about this kind of stuff because they can be boring. I know. But I've been working with computers and software and so too back in the days too as well. When it comes to work with the computer, build it up and so too, and know about some coding and so too. I'm very bad on coding, but I know how it works. I know it's so scary to talk about it. Some people are gonna be like, okay, that's weird that you're talking about it. Be like, meh. I mean, welcome to the real world, guys. It's fucking weird. I know I was spitting right now. I was spitting a lot of things, but yeah, Purple. If you notice one day that you're not following me, yes, you know me. I'm basically never on Twitter. You can come directly to me on Discord and say, "Hey, did you remove me?" When you see I have been removing you, I would tell. But if I have not been on Twitter so long and my followers were removed without them knowing that, because I basically have no fear to say I don't remove people. I do remove bots, of course, because I don't like them. I basically block them. But when I have viewers or those people I know in commentary, I don't remove them because I still like them and I talk with them, yada, yada, yada. Like you saw, I had C.J. Brown who followed me, for example, or Ryan. I don't care about them. But I would be more surprised if they come and say, oh, they removed me. Be like, yeah, but listen to this. No, I've been working in real life. I take care of my real life first. Computer comes later. But that is a weird code that X have. And they added on a few years ago without our telling or even know about this. So yes, you guys know, you can look it up. Or at least have an eye on it. I think it is so ridiculous in a certain way that they want you to pay so you can avoid, certain things like a bot or anything like that. But it could happen as well if you're not paying them, you will losing people in a certain way if you're not active on Twitter, which I think is very stupid. So by the way, guys, how's have your day been? I know I've been shitting talking a lot, but yeah. Maybe I talk too much. Så. That's very good to hear. Very good to hear, DJ. By the way, we haven't been talking a lot, since what happening and everything, so too. But yes, you don't need to be scared of me or something like that. I think you noticed already, long back in the days. What's going on? Because here's the thing, I basically don't care anymore when it comes to the podcast anymore. Because to me, it was like, yeah, it's destroyed. I don't care anymore. Uh, Purple, why have you been up? If you're sick, you should be resting. Relax. You know that. You should be relaxing so, not staying up and get more sick. By the way, speaking of you, Purple, how's it going with your thumbnails and so too? I know you have been not showing so much about him, but I can tell you've been working a lot. So I'm proud of you. Yes, even if I'm working a lot, but you know me. Oh. Mm. to see. Just gonna do this. I know it's not very, very nice and so too, but I don't care. That's good to know. No, because I want to see a little more work and so too. Oh yeah, there's another thing I would like to talk about. I just saw it today as well. FPS Diesel is getting weird shit. And I don't know how to say it, but damn. Oh, India is landing on the moon. Yeah, that's a good news, by the way. That is. Let me see. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know about it. This is where I want to talk about it too. Just gonna put it down. There is something I want to talk about. Is this one with FPS Diesel? No, those who doesn't know, I do follow him too. You know, like we always do. So the ex of Illuminati is trying to say his channel is going down. Dude, I did read about it too as well. About he has a problem with the FPS Diesel because he was talking about it. He was talking about the Illuminati shit and so too. So before you guys are going, there is a stream coming up as well. I think it's very good. You follow it too. Chris Denark is going to have a stream about this, or at least about the X, which I know about. I've been following the whole thing too as well. But I'm gonna say it. This guy, whew, oh boy, I really dislike this guy too, in a certain way. So I would like to say, keep an eye on it to, this. And as you guys can notice, he will come to the next stream as well. So keep an eye on it too. He wants to have, talk about it and so too. And he wants Matt to moderate. I don't know who that is, but I don't care. So basically, I am interested to see this shit. Because I did reason, if you go to my channel, you will see that I talked about Illuminati herself too as well. But I did a video of it. When it comes to, the crying wolf. The one who cried toilet paper, basically. I'm still good on it. I know! It's fucking weird. I know, Burn. It's so fucking weird. And I mean, when he's saying Diesel is an obsessed YouTuber, to me it's like, no, he isn't. I mean, is it so wrong that we are talking about drama? That's the commentary community is about. To talk about when someone have been doing dumb. In a certain way, yes, it is nothing fun to talk about people who used to be there. But one thing you should know about this ex, when he heard she came out, people were going on, he followed that train to come out and talk about her relationships too as well, if you guys know. I don't know who was the one who interviewed him, but it was recently. I remember it too. And we did listen to it. So I think it is very weird that it's kind of like going on this. I think it is very fun. You know me, I basically like drama and so too as well, but not to hurt people. That's the thing. I don't like to see people getting hurt or anything like that. I just want to, have fun to look at the drama too. That's why I do like the commentary in a certain way that they are talking about people's faults when it comes to that. Like I talking about the trip to Japan, for example. The guy who was in Japan got beaten up by allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, Yakuza. Some people were speculating that even he was beaten down or beaten by the Yakuza. No one doesn't know if it is the Yakuza because I'm gonna say it, if you come to Japan, most of people will think Yakuza is one team. No. there are many teams in that area too. And those who doesn't know about Yakuza, they were not, always the big mafia always. They basically were doing economics too, try to get into it too. It's a very good history to look up on Yakuza because they still do crimes in a certain way. Some people have been laying away from it too as well. It's a very strange group, would I say. But they are coming newer ones too as well in this time, which I think is very good to look it up too as well. I know I do like criminal crimes, so too, crime talk. But meh, I mean, some people can be wacko, so too. Just gonna save this one just in case. There we go. I'm just gonna fix up the table. So too. But guys, I'm thinking to head off right now. I am very dry, as you can hear. My voice is dry. But I'm gonna fix this up, make more nicer, so too, and keep an eye on it because this is going to be very interesting about this character sitting here doing, this kind of stuff, and the one in the background. I don't need to talk about it, but you can figure out what's going to be about. So keep an eye on Nerdy Jan, his channel, and these other two characters I'm gonna draw in. Then we can have fun. Anyway, guys, you guys take it easy. Don't do anything stupid. I always do stupid things, That's my motto. Always do stupid things. Hehehe, doing stupid things. Yeah, I'm gonna drink some water and relax a little bit. I'm gonna, as well, cook some food because I have work tomorrow. And it's gonna be very fun because I'm gonna tell you one thing about the job. I can't talk so much about it because under NDA, but I'm working with the industry when it comes to certain things. When it comes to, for example, I would say if you look for packing candy here on YouTube, then you will understand what kind of work I'm doing. I can give you an example. I will put it in here on here. Excuse me, where can I put it up? Just checking here, just in case. Because there is a lot of, Oh, yeah. Where is it now? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can put it this up. It's more simple to know what kind of work I'm doing. So I'm gonna put this up. It's a short, but I won't talk about it, but you can understand what kind of work I'm doing. So there's the short, what I'm doing. So you must understand there are things I can't talk about in this job. If I do that, yada yada yada. And of course, my boss understand when it comes to commentary community. He was first a little like, "What is the commentary community?" And I talked to him about it, and I even recently talked about what kind of stupid idiots there are. The weird ones, basically, who doing that weird shit. He's like, "Don't worry about it." He did hit his chest. It's like, "Don't worry about it," because we are very different here compared to others. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off right now. You guys take it easy. Don't do anything stupid.